I tested the Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty DLC. Thank you again for CD Projekt Red for early access. I had 2 weeks of early access actually, so I could really test it out. And I unfortunately lost my save file, which is quite sad, but nevertheless, I will stream it anyway on my German channel. For now, it is just enough to show you some open world gameplay of Dogtown itself, because that's what it's all about. This review is spoiler free, stay tuned. What's up guys, my name is Franky Boy. I'll be covering everything regarding open world RPGs on this channel, so stay subscribed if you want to, and welcome to all of you guys. Yeah, what is it about in Dogtown? It's about exploring a new open world, watching new things happen like the supply drops. Yeah, we have some new features, but to be fair, this is like a DLC of a game, and it is just that. It is an awesome DLC. I won't compare it to the Blood and Wine DLC and the Hearts of Stone DLC though, because The Witcher 3 is still a better game, a much better game in my opinion, but Cyberpunk is quite nice and the Metacritics are awesome. Like, Metacritic average is 88 on PlayStation 5 right now, 89 on PC right now, and 90 or 91 on Xbox. So the DLC performs well on any platform. With the DLC there are some new contracts coming your way, and you're gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah, just doing your stuff, minding your business, and buying new cars, which is quite awesome. I started the DLC some time ago, and one of my favorite features is the new weak point features, which you can see here. You can destroy these weak points, and then you get a buff, and huge enemies die instantly or almost instantly with that. You get introduced to that feature quite long in a really awesome boss fight that took me like 10 minutes. I won't spoil it, but it's awesome, and right at the beginning of the DLC coming your way. So there's a lot to do, a lot to explore, and a new storyline, of course. The story itself, it takes maybe, let's say, 20 hours or 16 hours if you're playing slow, but you can totally and easily spend 40 hours in the whole DLC. That's no problem at all for you. You got so much to do, so many cars to steal. That's a new mission type right here in the DLC that also appears in the outside of the DLC area. You have some new faction types, new hideouts, and of course a new system. It's called relics, and with these relics you can get awesome perks, awesome bonuses going. Like, I decided for vulnerability analytics. You can analyze an enemy and spot the weak points, and if you hit it enough, then I skilled like I get some more crit damage against vulnerable enemies, and also I will uncover these vulnerabilities more often. 10% more, 5 stacks. This is quite nice. On the left hand side I got some emergency cloaking, so this is for the stealth players, but this DLC really evolves around cyberware. Cyberware got a huge update in 2.0, and this is what the relic tree is focused about. You get new skills for your cyberware, you get upgrades for each kind of cyberware, so you can like use the monowire, the rocket launcher, the gorilla arms, and the Wanda's blade. Depends on what your favorite is, and I personally really like the monowire right now because it's some awesome AoE damage. I think it's a really nice tool to use. So these are new. Let's take a look at the map. This is Dogtown right here in the south of Night City. And you have a lot to explore. It's not like an insanely huge area, but it has some hideouts, some mines and tunnels, and some skyscrapers as well. As you can see, it's just like a normal cyberpunk area you would expect, I guess. But yeah, really the best thing are like the armored vehicles right here. On this save game, I don't have it yet. As I said before, I lost my save game, sadly. This is really sad. I'm totally fed up about that one, but I have to point at it myself because I was running on autosaves and I didn't save manually. So if you're planning to do a new save game, plan your save games regularly if you have 2 saves or 2 playthroughs. Like, I have one for my main game and I have one for the DLC. But I think I will switch my main game playthrough to the DLC one. Let's glitch this one. Floop, floop, floop. And destroy the arm, and it's exploding. It's so great. And it grants you a lot of experience right here, because I'm still a newbie character. And I think it's quite nice that CDPR put in the possibility to get into the game and have a fresh start for the DLC while not being OP. Like, being OP, I think it would destroy your experience. I don't recommend you guys to be farming that much before starting the DLC. I mean, you can get some awesome weapons, totally possible, but being OP in this situation, I think it doesn't grant you anything except for like rushing through the game and taking out the challenge in this case. So I'm bringing tips anyways, but I recommend not using them too much. Be careful about that. All right, another one bites the dust. Hey, hey! Like enemy types, there are some new enemy types like mechs, etc. It's quite fun to fight them, and it's also quite tricky to do so, so better be careful and use everything in your arsenal. And the best thing is, of course, the weak points. Like, aim for the weak points, like the shoulder in this case, and you can let them explode. You kill them so much faster with it. Let's talk about Dogtown in general. I think it's like a stereotypical cyberpunk area. It's more a little bit reminding me of like some desert dystopian games. Not gonna name drop, but I think you know what I mean. But that's no problem for me. Like, it's a nice looking area. Nothing really new, nothing really special. It's just a nice area to look at. Dogtown itself has its borders, and that's very cool. Let me show you the border control. This is really awesome. After we killed this one, let's give him a circuit quick hack and then floop, 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 explode. As you guys can see, you can easily power level in this area. But let me get my car, or maybe let's get on the motorcycle. And to get out of Dogtown, you gotta get through the gate, as I told you. And when you first enter it, it's so heavily guarded. You can't get into it except for sneaking in. I tried the hard way and I learned it the hard way. It was very, very bad. And I took a lot of damage. Oh, the wrong way. Nope, nope, nope. Backwards. Alright, so you get through these gates. Heavily guarded, heavily armed enemies. Car control, and they scan you right now. I think it's just a very nice design of putting in a gated community into a game that is like a DLC. You can't enter it if you don't have the DLC, but it's still there. If you don't have it, you just can't enter. And I think that kind of is very nice for guys who are very important about the lore of the DLC, etc., or don't have it yet. But you feel kind of excluded, but not that much, I guess, because you can sneak inside maybe. Oh, maybe there's a way to get in without having the DLC, but I didn't discover it yet. Let's rain some grenades. Except for that, there's nothing like really new. As I said, we have these supply drops, we have new enemies, a new story, and that's nice. That's a nice story, I won't spoil it. If I had to describe what they did, they kind of delivered what we deserved back then in 2020. And now it's a game I can totally recommend. I can totally recommend this DLC. And I'm happy to do so and to be able to do that, because Cyberpunk used to be in a very bad state on several systems. I had the luck to play it on PC back then with the new graphic cards. I owned the 3080 back then, which was a rarity, but not everyone was in that favor and had the luck to be playing it on a nice system. So right now you can play it on any system. It's nice on any system. It works on any system, like next gen, of course, but I guess we're that deep into the current gen that it's not even called next gen anymore. And yeah, I got some awesome street cred back. Let's see my character sheet. Skill progression. Oh yeah. Making good progress. And that's it for now. I'm curious if you guys like the DLC, if you started it, if you watched the video, or will you start it tomorrow? I'm curious to be hearing about that one. See you in the next one, and subscribe for more content, of course. Goodbye. Thank you for tuning in.